Hi, this is Scott Dudley, and welcome to the very first episode of SaaS Startup Stories. So, this is an introductory episode where I'm just basically going to be explaining who I am, why I've created the podcast, and how you can listen in and benefit from all of these interviews. So, basically, there's two things that I could say that I'm fascinated with. The first thing is funnels, and the second thing is software. And that's sort of where the SaaS comes in. SaaS is an acronym for software as a service. So I've already got a podcast, an existing podcast called Funnel Fella Radio, and that's got about 64 episodes now, which you can find on iTunes and also at funnelfellaradio.com. And I also work at ClickFunnels, which is another SaaS company in tech support. So I've been doing that for about 3 years now, getting on to 3 years. But my big long-term ambition is to own my own software company and, be able to run that as the CEO or as the owner. But really, I don't have any experience with running a SaaS company, and I don't really have any idea, about how to actually go about it. So the whole reason behind creating this podcast is that I can interview people that own SaaS companies as CEOs, and I can ask them about how they actually got started and made it work, and what advice they would give somebody is sort of in my position who wants to get started with a SaaS company, but is a little bit worried or scared about investing a lot of money and time, or both, and sort of wasting all of that time and effort and ending up losing money. So basically, the whole idea is to discover, how they were able to get it up and running initially and continue to make it grow. And along with learning that myself, obviously everybody that's listening to this podcast is going to be able to get the same wisdom and ideas. And, over a period of time, we'll start to see patterns in how people have managed to get a SaaS company up and running. And we can use that, all of these insights ourselves to be able to create our own SaaS companies, whether that is, bootstrapping from scratch, or if it's investing and buying an existing SaaS company, or if it's getting a venture capitalist to provide funding to get up and running. So that's basically the idea of why I created this podcast in the first place. So basically what I'm going to be doing is interviewing SaaS CEOs. I'm going to be hoping to do 2 of these a week, but because of other commitments, and I've already got another podcast, then it might not end up, sticking to that schedule. I'll do my best, but, hopefully eventually it can be at least 2, if not more than 2 episodes per week. And we'll just basically, I'll ask them how their background, where they come from initially, why they wanted to create a SaaS company in the first place, how they managed to work out the financials of it, how they managed to work out the tech side of it, because obviously sometimes, some SaaS CEOs will already have a technical background and can write code, whereas others like me have no idea about writing code and would have to partner up or employ developers and engineers to actually write the code and to make it all work. And yeah, I guess sort of just running through all the ins and outs on how they were actually able to get it up and running, and what plans they've got for the future. So for me, I think it's going to be a fascinating experience and something that I'm really looking forward to. And for anybody out there who is interested in starting up their own SaaS company or software company, then you're definitely going to get a lot of value out of this. And I hope you really enjoy the show. So as you can see in the background there, if you're watching the video, there is going to be a website set up at www.sasstartupstories. And all of these episodes will be transcribed. You'll be able to watch the videos on there, or you can just listen to the audio. So we'll have all three mediums, and they'll all be catalogued in order on that particular website. The episodes will also be on iTunes as well, and all of the other major podcast networks such as Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and there's a few others as well that I can't remember, but all of those major podcasting networks, I'll upload the RSS feed, and hopefully you enjoy the shows. And I'll do my best to get as many SaaS CEOs on as possible, and to grill them basically over how they're able to start up their SaaS companies, and from that we can all learn and create our own SaaS companies and continue to create value and create something special. So anyway, that's pretty much all I've got for this first episode. And then after this, it won't just be me rambling on. I'll actually be interviewing these SaaS CEOs. So hopefully you're going to enjoy it. Take care, and I'll catch up with you soon. Bye for now.